This is the ultimate technique for manifestation. It is better than visualization, better than affirmations, better than scripting, better than the 369 pillow whisper method, better than anything you can sit there and put mental effort into. And it's going to make everything so much easier. And also, it's going to make everything that you desire manifest much, much more quickly. So, I want to base this on something that Neville Goddard said in his lecture, Our Real Belief. And what he said in this lecture was, Our real belief is tantamount to knowing. Basically, he's saying that what we really believe, deep down within our heart, within our soul, what we align ourselves with, is equal to knowing. No one could tell you anything about it and change your mind. You know it. It's true. It's done. And so that's why I want to pinpoint that knowing is the ultimate manifestation technique. Now, it may sound difficult. How can you go from your current negative circumstances, situation, to knowing that you have what you want when you don't see it? All you've seen is the opposite. Maybe you've seen other people getting what you want. You've done all the techniques you imagine every single night. You fall asleep in the feeling of fulfillment. Why isn't it here? The reason is because you are not operating from a state of knowing. And what I mean by this isn't just knowing that your desire is fulfilled, but I mean knowing that there is an infinite power within you, God, source, universe, infinite intelligence and power of the subconscious mind, whatever resonates with you, whatever you prefer to call it, it's all the same thing. Energy, vibration, all of these things are just trying to get you into the knowing, into the state of consciousness where you are so aware of this power and everything it's capable of, therefore everything you're capable of, to the point where you allow it to take care of everything for you. To make this clearer, I want you to understand, a lot of times if you are doing techniques, if you are visualizing, affirming, scripting, whatever you're doing, if that's the only time that you're getting into the feeling of fulfillment, maybe 10, 15 minutes a day, then the rest of the day you're feeling negative, you're feeling limited, you're feeling constricted, you're feeling stuck in your circumstances, then you're not going to be able to overcome that. You're going to have a very, very difficult time seeing changes manifest in your world because anything that does happen, you're going to be thinking, oh, this is movement, this is a step, this is a sign, and you're still putting yourself out of the state of fulfillment. Why do you need steps or signs or to look for any kind of evidence whatsoever when you know that what you desire is already fulfilled? You don't. It doesn't make sense. You have to recognize what makes sense in a fourth dimensional thinking way. What I mean by that is you're going beyond time, you're going beyond seeming space, the physical experience, everything that's here present to your physical senses, and you are choosing to accept that there is a version of you that already has what you want, and you are aligning yourself with that version by dropping all fear, all worry, all doubt, and all impatience about what you want. But that's so much easier when you know, right? That's the ultimate technique. It's really not a technique at all. It's knowing that there is an infinite power within you that can do anything without any limitation of time, without any limitation whatsoever. But it's up to you to be able to actually believe that. You can drop all of these mental and physical burdens you've taken on yourself all in one fell swoop if you have that level of faith. But oftentimes you have to build it up. You have to meet your fears, your doubts, your worries, your impatience with that inner knowing, with faith, saying, I'm not going to entertain this. I know that sitting here thinking about my problems is not going to solve them, so I'm going to give them up. I'm going to go to that being within myself and say, I know that you know how to make these things perfect. I know that you have already solved every problem here. What am I doing trying to control it myself? I give it up to you. I trust you. I know that it's already taken care of in the highest and best way. Thank you that by giving it to you, I can sit here and accept the joy of the present moment. Now, if that's difficult for you, understand why that is. Do you really not trust that there's power within you to do this? Is that not what you're putting your faith in when you're trying to force visualization every night, when you're not even enjoying it, when you can't even really get into the moment and lose yourself in the scene, when you're affirming and you don't feel any different, it's just robotic affirmation, when you're sitting there scripting and your hand hurts and you don't feel any different? Is that not what you're trying to access? Is it not that knowing of who you really are? Is it not that inner subtle shift in self-concept, recognizing yourself to be one with the infinite power of all things? It takes faith because it takes surrender. Realize that everything that you've ever done in your life, all of the things that you think you've played a role in, you think you can figure it out yourself, you think you have to take on all the responsibility. Instead, you flip that on its head. You say, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know how this is going to work out. I'm going to assume what I want is true now and give up all my negative thoughts and emotions related to it to the inner version of myself, to the higher version of myself, to the God version, source version, universal version, subconscious version of myself, which is limitless. Because then that energy can be transmuted and used for the good, used for everything that I desire to make it true here and now. And that's where you'll find, wow, this is actually supporting me. This is actually working out. I don't have to sit here and overthink every little thing that I experience in my life. I can actually get what I want super simply and super easily if I'm willing to give up all of these negative patterns of thought and negative patterns of feeling. Too often, we're afraid to give up who we are. We like the mental arguments. We like the mental drama. We like to experience the ups and downs, the stress and negativity that we experience on a daily basis. I'm not saying that those things are wrong, but I'm saying if you want to outgrow them, if you want to overcome these circumstances and these thoughts and these feelings, to experience something new, to experience a version of life where everything flows to you and every need you have is met before you even have to ask or visualize or affirm for it. If that's what you want to do, then you must reach this level of knowing that this power within you is ready and willing to take on every burden that you're carrying on your own. Give it up. Give it up completely. Let go. Detach. Allow yourself to be free of all thoughts of fear, worry, doubt, and impatience. All the negative thoughts and feelings that keep you feeling so bad all the time, making you feel stressed out, making you feel awful. That's not what's meant for you. What's meant for you is easy and effortless existence, because that infinite power that you are is existing and living through you. Why would it not support you? Why would it not give you everything you could possibly desire? The only reason that you don't recognize that that is what's happening, that what you want is already yours, is because you refuse to accept it by giving up all of these things. All of these things that are holding you back, these negative patterns. Now, don't shame yourself or blame yourself for it, because that's just staying in the loop. Just decide. Decide you're going to give up all that you used to know yourself to be, and instead assume your power. Assume you are the God of your experience. Assume you are the one who can accomplish everything you desire. And stop trying to think about everything as these limited physical objects. Stop thinking that this one specific thing, that's going to get me what I want. Instead, open your mind up to the possibility that even better things can happen if you recognize the essence behind what you desire. If you recognize that there's actually just a feeling that you want. It doesn't matter the physical circumstance or the seeming physical object. None of that matters. What actually matters is the feeling you're going to give yourself when you get it. Not the feeling that that thing is going to give you. Nothing gives you anything, because this outer world is completely illusion. It's all illusory. You instead recognize you are going to give yourself that feeling, that essence, that drive behind that manifestation you want so bad. You're going to give it to yourself now, and you're going to stay in it. You're going to continue to give it to yourself. Maybe you lose it after a few hours, after a few minutes, after a day or so. Maybe you're not in that feeling anymore, and you feel that lack, you feel that desire again. Give it up. Give it up and instead accept the fulfillment here and now. Do it again and again, and it's going to become easier and easier. Then it's going to become your natural state of being. When it becomes natural to you, obviously everything has to flow to you, because then there's nothing holding you back, keeping you with those blinders on, with the blindfold of your past reality. You completely take it off and awaken to the truth that you already are and have everything you want and more. You're going to be amazed at how you really were thinking so small. You thought you would only get $10,000 a month, but you're making $50,000 a month because you got into the essence. You got into the feeling of the thing you really wanted, and you didn't let some number be your goal. Instead, you made your only goal to align yourself with that feeling deep within you really long for, and you let it guide you. And every time along the way, something tries to stop you, some circumstance or some words from some person try to trigger you. You say, I'm giving up this negative pattern of thought. I'm giving up this reaction. I'm giving up this negative emotion to the higher version of myself, to God, source, universe, infinite intelligence and power of the subconscious mind, to be transmuted and instead used for my greatest good. Because I know by trusting that power within me, everything that I desire and more is already here now. Thank you that I can return to this present moment now, free from these thoughts and feelings, and enjoy what already is. What I want you to do is develop a knowing, develop a belief so strong and unshakable that this inner being is ready and willing to give you everything you desire as long as you take the easy route. Stop trying to overthink every little thing. Give it up and allow yourself to accept the fulfillment of all your desires even better than you could have possibly imagined. And when you do that, you're free. If you want to visualize because it feels good and it's fun, yes, you can do that. If you want to affirm because it feels good, yes, you can do that. But you won't be sitting here thinking, how many more times do I have to do it? How often do I have to do it? Am I doing it right? Did I write it down 333 times? You won't be doing any of that. You won't be wasting your time with any of that because you're going to be completely in alignment with the true version of yourself who knows your power. If that sounds good to you, study detachment. I have an entire course on it. You don't need it, but it can speed up your ability to get into this state of mind where you don't have to force yourself to do anything. You can simply allow all the good things that you already are, that already are yours, to flow into your life. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the pinned comment and the description. Next, if you want to learn how to receive all of your desires here and now, watch this video right here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.